Hello and welcome. This is a photo of a Holton Superbone. This is an instrument made in the 1970s for Maynard Ferguson, and it's a hybrid instrument that combines a valve section with a slide section. So you've got a trombone that you can use with the valves if you want to use the valves, or you could use the slide if you want to use the slide. There have been a number of different companies who have made Superbones. Most of them are sort of similar to the Holton approach, where you just get a valve section and bolt it onto a trombone. However, Shargel have made a very gorgeous looking Superbone that has rotary valves and looks absolutely fantastic. For a while now, I've wanted to review one of these instruments, but they're not cheap. Even an inexpensive Chinese Holton rip-off version costs more than I can afford, and the shipping on top of that is even more ridiculous. So what I thought I would do today is try and make one of my own. I have this, which is a absolutely rubbish Chinese-made trombone, and I also have this, which is a Blessing marching baritone, or a marching, I think it's actually a marching euphonium. So what I'm going to try and do today is to remove the valves from this and make myself a Superbone. This video has been made possible by today's sponsor, Skillshare. Skillshare is a fantastic online learning platform where you can browse through the literally thousands of various classes on a huge range of topics. It's not just a website, but a community where you can interact with others to find encouragement and support for your learning. For instance, if you are interested in understanding more about musical theory, you could dive into one of the hundreds of classes that they have on this topic. These classes range from beginner levels all the way through to advanced, so regardless of your skill levels or experience, there will definitely be something for you. Even better, there are no ads, and as they are always adding new classes, you will never run out of topics to discover. To help you with your journey, the first 1,000 people who sign up with the link below will get 1 month of free Skillshare Premium membership. So take a look and see what classes take your interest. Here we go. This is the bell section of my Superbone, and I'm actually really happy with how this has turned out. The valves work actually really well now. I'm really happy with how the valves work. They are a nice set of valves. Unfortunately, I found some red rot on the outside of the valve casing that I hadn't noticed before. So these valves may not be too much longer for this world, but they actually still work reasonably well at the moment. Unfortunately, being the well-prepared and thorough person I am, I accidentally forgot to reattach the slide lock. So this would normally go here and be used to keep the slide section in place, and I just simply forgot to put that on because I'm an idiot. However, that may not be the biggest issue that I have, because when I grab the slide section, another issue becomes quite apparent. My face is supposed to go in here somewhere, and there's not really any way that's happening. If you look at the sort of amount of space between the side of the valve casing and the mouthpiece, there isn't really any room. I can move this around, but the second valve tuning slide still gets in the way. I thought what I could do to combat that was to try a bass trombone slide. For those of you who don't know, tenor trombone slides, or particularly small bore trombones like this, the distance between the two main tubes is actually quite small, whereas if I get a bass trombone slide such as this one, it is a little bit wider. The downside with using a bass trombone slide is that it now doesn't really fit. So I've now got enough room to put my face on the instrument, but it's not particularly comfortable, and the slide is in a very precarious position. There are a couple of cool things that you can do with a Superbone. You can do twiddly bits that you may have struggled with before. You can also transpose very, very easily. And you can also play a lot lower than what you would be able to on a straight trombone. So realistically, the niggly little foibles of this, such as the fact that it continually falls apart because the slide lock is missing, and how deeply uncomfortable it is to hold and play, are really insignificant compared to the absolute brilliance that this arrangement gives you. Seriously speaking though, it may be interesting to see whether I can integrate this a little bit further back, so have a tube that runs from here and then just sort of goes inside and then back out, so the valve block is pushed in a bit further. That might be something that is worthwhile doing, but I'll see. What do you think? Do you think this is something that I should try and work on a bit more or not? Let me know, and thank you very much for watching.